And good morning everyone, magandang umaga po. Welcome to the Daily Grind. And so, let me just check if na-share ko na maayos. Let me just double check the audio. Everything is good. So today we're gonna be talking about part 2 na ito. Still about bonds. Yesterday we talked about introduction about bonds, how does it work, etc. Ngayon naman, we're gonna be talking about where to buy and where to get information about bonds, which is very important in your step into investing bonds if should you decide to invest in bonds. So historically, the Philippines, yung bond rate ng Philippines umaakit na umaakit. So we're gonna be talking about magkano ba yung makukuha nyo, how much is your expected returns with bonds this year, especially for treasury bonds. But there are companies that are offering higher magandang returns din sa bonds naman. So, we'll check more about it today. Ayan. So, if ever hindi nyo po napanood yung video yesterday, I strongly recommend you go to that video yesterday first. It's on the Daily Grind playlist. It's about bonds. So, check it out. And then, this should be part 2 para maintindihan nyo po yung pag-uusapan natin. Ayun. Ayan. Michael Cemento, good morning. Sir Lloyd, good morning din. Charles, good morning. Jolie Gares, good morning. Sir Lloyd and Laika, good morning din. Alright, so we talked about bonds yesterday and pinag-usapan mo natin maganda mag-invest sa bonds ngayon, right? So, we are expecting bond rates to go up the next coming months. Hindi pa siya gaano nag-spike ngayon since we are still okay, the government is still okay. But yeah, with what's happening in the current events in the country, we're expecting bond rates to go higher for the next coming month. So it's good to prepare for that, especially and US recession is imminent. I posted something about that earlier. Yung unemployment rate ng US ngayon is have spiked up, though hindi siya yung full numbers niya because marami ngayon na nag-pause lang ang trabaho, but marami pa rin ang natanggal sa trabaho. Hindi lang pause ang trabaho, but nagtatanggalan din sa trabaho yung ibang tao because companies have to what they call this, anong tawag dyan, let go of people because earnings are not well, because people are not spending, and that is yun yung pinaka uncertainty that is facing the world right now. And when people are uncertain with their jobs, uncertain with their earnings, people tend to spend less, right? When people spend less, companies will earn lesser, and it's a vicious cycle until it recovers, until ma-meet yung parang point na sakto lang ang operations ng companies for their earnings, and then people starts to look for jobs, and then unti-unti yung aakyat at aakyat yan to stabilize the economy again, and economy recovers. So it will take time for that to happen, and so yeah, I guess recession should be imminent after this because of the uncertainty. Okay, ayun, because of that, since if ever maliit lang kitaan ng mga companies, expect tax earnings to be low for the government. So if ever maliit ang kita ng government, they should be issuing bonds to the people and borrow money from the people, and then yun, may interest na ibibigay sa mga tao yung government, usually the government. Yeah, companies should be offering them too. So that is why we think bonds will go up, right? It's a cycle, interconnected po yan lahat, right? Honey Leth de Los Santos, good morning po sir. Meg po sir, Mega World. Stocks are shaky right now. What's keeping stocks stable right now is yung SSS natin, yung funds ng government, bumibili kasi ngayon, right? It's keeping the market afloat. But overall, yung net foreign buying, yun yung tinitignan natin talaga, 'di ba? Sa net foreign buying, the volume is still very low. So we're not expecting for a sharp climb, an instant climb for the market. We will see confirmations, we will see stabilizations, we will see sideways movements for PSEI, and mamaya na tayo bibili pag gano'n nangyayari. Huwag kayong mainggit sa pag-akyat ng market ngayon. foreign buying, if you wanna check the foreign buying ng PSEI ngayon, it should be here at this right side. It's negative 680 million. So meaning, kahit na green ito yesterday, green ang market yesterday, net foreign buying is still negative. And so, I think this is my opinion, the climb will not sustain. Okay? So we will wait for a pullback, a good pullback, and then we'll see from that point. Let's see if the market is starting to recover. Really. Okay? Wala pa tayong signals, etc. Right now, jockeys kasi ang mga bumibili. You've read the news na SSS, yung other funds ng government is buying the market because it's low. Yes, it's true, it's low. But this is good for people who can, yung mga tao na can risk, right? Malaking pera and for long term. If you're going for long term, yes, this is a time to buy, but not yet. Really, if ever malit lang pera nyo and you will need efficiency in your money, mas maganda if ever confirm na reversals. But we are not seeing any reversals yet of the market. We are still playing below the MA20 of the market, which is still down. Okay, magpo-pull back po yung market. I think the market is gonna be pulling back today, especially with the numbers of COVID cases in the US. Laki na ng COVID cases sa US. So, that should make the market up. Ang ganda ng bounce ng market yesterday, 7.44. Pero, ayan, if you wanna talk about stock market right now, it's not yet time to buy for me. Wala pa tayong MACD signals and we wanna wait for it to stabilize, at least to start buying, right? You don't have to be aggressive because if ever small players ka pa lang, if you're a newbie, you cannot afford to be aggressive right now. Okay? Kasi wala pang confirmations. And if you know, palala ang COVID cases, especially sa Philippines. So, we're expecting the markets to drop pa. Or at least stabilize man lang. Okay, I could be wrong. Pero yan. Julie Ann Espiritu, good morning. Marims, good morning. Agent Disaster, good morning, sir. How about buying an index fund? Index fund is good to invest in. Pero it is greatly dependent on the index of the stock market of that country, right? You can buy index funds sa eToro if you open your eToro, right? So, index funds is punta kayo dito sa by the way, if you haven't created an eToro account yet, andyan po sa video description, there's a link there to create an eToro account. Please use that if you plan to create an eToro account, right? So, you can trade markets right here and then go to indices right here. Go to indices right here. Go to trade markets and then go to indices right here. And then, ayan po yung mga indexes, the big indices in the world. Wala pong PSEI dito. Since liquidity ng PSEI is not that good compared to the international market. Kasi pag ilalagay natin sa international market yung PSEI, grabe, magkaka-slippage, especially with copy trading. For example, may $1 million behind that person and bumili siya ng index sa Pilipinas, gagalaw yan. It's gonna be a whale move. So, it's not healthy for the market if ever may low liquidity na asset dito. So, here, you can buy Australia, China 50, DJ30. DJ30 is one of the best ones. Nasdaq 100, SPX 500, UK 100. Yan. So, may indexes po dito na pwede nyo pong bilhin. You can invest in indexes but it greatly depends on the economy of the country. Okay? Right now, US is still stabilizing, but with the cases of COVID increasing, we're expecting US stocks to go down today, right? So, yeah, you can buy index funds also, right? Jima Torres, good morning. Right, so going to our topic for today. Sir, favor, can you show how to make an order in eToro? Sige, let's do that really quick. So, for example, you go to trade markets. Let's say you wanna invest in stocks. Let's say, for example, I'll go to my virtual portfolio para hindi tayo magkamali. Right, so Facebook, let's say Facebook, which is FB. You just type in the code of Facebook and then click on trade right here. Or if you want to click on Facebook first and see the walls, what people are talking about Facebook, you can see it here. Kahit in-check po yan, you can translate it and then maintindihan nyo po yan. Right? So, here's what people are talking about Facebook. If you want to trade it, just click on trade. And then here it is. So, for example, we want it at the we want to buy it at the market rate, meaning ano yung current available na price, yun yung mabibili mo kaagad. You can do that. So here, at market siya. So whatever the price is available in the market, yun po yung mabibili nyo na presyo. Or you can put a specific price depende on your charting. For example, 126.61 yung siya ngayon. You want for it to break out. Let's say yung breakout niya is 165. You can switch this to rate and then you can put in 165. So kung na-hit na ni Facebook ang 165, saka ka makakabili, saka ka bibili ng presyo. So it's either at market or at rate. So it's up to you. Usually I buy at market if ever buy na ako. So yan, and then put in the amount. Let's say you want to put $200, and then you check the leverage also. Always put it on times 1, and then put your stop loss. For example, sa $200 mo, magkano ang gusto mong i-risk lang. For example, sa $200, pag natalo ka ng ng $20, which is 10%, magsa-stop loss ka na. So negative $20, which is 10% of the position amount, right? So makita mo na yan, amount. Okay, and then take profits. Okay, take profits. Take profits naman, pwede ka mag-type ng take profits. Okay? So, stop loss, amount, 10% of the position, and then set order. Okay? And then, once they set order, makakabili ka na. That is how you create an order in eToro. Okay? So, yeah. Going to the topic. Yan, bonds tayo ngayon. So, first thing you need to know about bonds, let me just open the slides really quick. And it's just a very short slide lang naman. How to invest in bonds. Yung mga importante lang kasi yung in-include ko dito. So, how to invest in bonds. Let me just open our chat really quick. With execution example of your strategies. That will be for a different discussion siguro. Right? So, medyo mataas po yan eh. Alright, so let's go to the slides. Ayan. Where to buy bonds. Ayan. So, where to buy bonds. Okay, so, dalawa kasi yung bonds, diba? Government bonds, which is, usually, nasa treasury po yan. So, for government bonds and for corporate bonds, nandito. Right, so, for government bonds, go to any commercial banks, right? Any commercial banks, and ask if they're selling treasury bonds. Usually, they are selling, right? Yung mga commercial banks natin, pwede kayong bumili ng treasury bonds there. Just go to the bank, ask if they have available na na treasury bonds, and then explain nila sa inyo magkano, etc., magkano yung returns, etc. Right, so iba-iba po yan ng interest rates. Mas matagal ang bonds, mas malaki ang kikitain nyo, mas malaki ang interest rate pag mas mahaba ang bonds. Okay? And then, mas mahaba, mas mura. The shorter bonds, meron kasi 1 month na bonds, 3 months na bonds. So, meron din ganun. Pero, mas mahal naman yon. Right? Kasi, sabihin nyo, 1 month, 3% in just 1 month. Ang ganda nito. So, bibilhin ko to. Wait. Pag shorter ang bonds, mas mahal yan. Usually, million, even billions yung iba. Especially yung mga malalaki returns. Billions naman yung kapalit doon. So, the shorter it is, just put it in mind, the shorter the bonds are, the more expensive yung minimum rate, minimum price ng bonds na yan. Right? So, go for long terms, maybe 10, 20, 30. Yun po yung magandang bonds. And then anyways, in the middle of the 20 years, pwede mo na maibenta yan. Okay? So, go for the longer years na bonds if ever maliit pa lang ang funding ninyo, if magsisimula pa lang kayo. Okay? So, yan. For corporate bonds, ask the treasury or the investor. Ito yung yung corporate bonds naman, 'di ba? May bonds rin ng mga companies. For example, San Miguel, yan. Nagbebenta din sila ng bonds. Humihiram rin sila ng pera through bonds. Right? They sell their bonds. For corporate bonds, ask the treasury or investor relations department of a company and ask if they're selling or offering bonds. So, just call their company. You ask for you to be redirected to their treasury or investor relations department, and then doon kayo magtanong, excuse me po, are you offering bonds right now? And ask for more information, magkano yung interest rates and how many years, etc. So, pwede pong ganun. Okay? And then, where to check offers. Good morning, sir, from King Bakay. Good morning. Hi, Sir Lloyd. Good morning po. Good morning then. Alright, for where to check offers. So, for the for the government bonds, you can go to the Bureau of Treasury website, which is treasury.gov.ph. So, example for that, I opened the website earlier. And so, this is how the website looks, treasury.gov.ph. And andito po sa lower right side, yung makikita nyo po yung usual average rate right now. For 25 years bonds, 5.3 annual returns. So that's very good. Excuse me, sorry about that. Hindi po NCOB yan. 20 years, 5.2. And so makita nyo po, may mga 1 month na bonds po dito, 3% for 1 month. That's very good. But again, medyo may kamahalan po yung mga 1 month bonds. Let me check for an example for this. Let me click this. Pwede kayong pumunta dito sa announcements. Makikita nyo po may mga offering po yan. Let me click that. And so, ayan. So this is a sample of a treasury bill. So this is a 35-day na 35-day na bond. 15 billion. Yung amount niya. Yan, 15 billion. So 35-day. So, from April 1 yung effectivity niya until May 6 siya makukuha. Right? May 6, magmamature na, so makukuha nyo kaagad yung returns. Okay? So, ang 35-day, nasa 3%. So, ganun kamahal itong bond na ito. Right? So, ang laki. So, ayan, marami po. Meron po dito 91 days na ino-offer. Meron po dito then meron mo 364 dates, 64 day. And so makita niyo po diyan yung maturity dates. Yun yung po yung mga offers nila. And then the rates are right here. If ever it's a 1 month bond to 3 months, nasa 3%, 3.2. Habang magtatagal, the 25 years 5.302. So ang ganda ng offer natin ngayon is 5% per annum. Okay? And usually ang returns nito is binibigay quarterly. So, the 5% is divided by 4. So, around 1.25. This is 1.3. So, mga 1.3% every quarter ang binabalik po sa inyo. Which is very good. Right? Actually, napakaganda na po ng 5% na yan. Right? But again, I will tell you guys, baka sabihin ng iba, ang liit naman ng 5% annual, Sir Lloyd. Right? Bonds, I will recommend you going to bonds depending on your financial goals or yung financial plans nyo. Right? If ever you have money right now na gusto nyo ipamana sa anak nyo, pag-graduate niya, maybe, or for maybe for safekeeping na lang ng pera. Let's say you have money right there for safekeeping. Ipapamana nyo na. There is a way to preserve that. Okay? Pwede nyo po i-preserve yung pera niya na hindi mawawala. Right? This is the important thing about bonds. Pwede pong isa ito sa options niyo. So, para hindi mawala, lagay niyo po sa bonds. Okay? And then, tumutubo yan ng 5% per annum. Right? 5% per annum is very big already. Let's say you have 10 million right now. What is 5% of 10 million? That's 500K. Right? 500K. And then sa 500K na yan, quarterly, that means you will be receiving 100K, 100,000 per quarter. Yun yung pang-enjoy nyo. Hindi pa kayo ma-enjoy niyan, 100K per quarter. So, at least you are enjoying your money and then safekeeping it with the government at the same time. And I tell you, government investment is very safe. It's very rare that a government will collapse, right? Ilan bang government nag-collapse na for the past how many years? Ang alam ko si Venezuela lang diba? So very rare. And then you can always sell your bonds if ever there is signs of trouble, right? So wala namang problema talaga sa bonds, right? Very rare lang. So very low risk. And returns niya, because it's low risk, okay rin yung returns. Remember, the higher the risk, the higher the returns. But if this is money that you don't want to risk, I would say yes, this is a very good option for you si bonds. 5% is already very good. Okay? Para ka nang para ka nang gumawa, may nagpa-house and lot for rent niyan. I tell you, para ka nang bumili ng condominium niyan, isang condominium right now, if you want to, teka lang hindi ko pa pala napapatay itong music na ito. Kanina pa ito tumutugtog. Right? So, if you, let's do the math because I really want you to appreciate that 5% right now. Right? So, let's do the math. So, dito sa Cebu right now, if you buy a condominium, yung mga 1 bedroom nasa 3 million, meron pang mas mahal, but by average, mga 1 bedroom right now is around 3 million. 1 bedroom is around 3 million. Right? 3 million po ang per condominium. And dito ang rentahan sa Cebu, nasa 15 to 20,000 per room, depending on your location. So, let's say we are at the 15,000, right? Considering na ang ganda na ng renta, nagbabayad lagi. Wala pa, ang dami pang risk sa condominium ha. So, we're not gonna be counting the risk of yung damage sa property. If ever magka-problema ang condominium, babagsak ang presyo ng room rates mo. So, we're not accounting the risk. Baka hindi pa kayo bayaran ng mga nagre-renta. So, we won't count that. So, yung 3 million right now, it can be rented for an average 15,000 per month, and then ang malinis niyan siguro nasa 13,000 to 12,000 to 13,000. So, sa 3 million na yan, if you get 12,000 a month, let's say 13,000 a month na malinis, times 12. So, in a year, you have 156,000 pesos nakita. Passive income, wala kang ginagawa. This is the most important term right here. Passive income. Wala kang ginagawa, nagre-receive ka ng pera, which is already very good. 156,000 a year na wala kang ginagawa. Is that good for you? That's my question. If you can post your reply in the comments, okay na ba sa inyo 156,000 a year na wala kang ginagawa? So meaning nagtatrabaho ka ngayon, may sweldo ka, let's say sweldo mo is 30,000 a month, and then that's 30,000 a month, tas nagre-receive ka pa ng another 13,000 a month na walang ginagawa. So if you have 30,000 na sweldo ngayon, plus 13K na passive, so you're now receiving 43,000 pesos a month, diba? So it's 156,000 a year okay for you, right? If you say yes, then let's do I want to show this to you. What is 156,000 what percent is 156,000 of 3 million? Right, the answer is 5.2%. Right, that's 5.2% of your investment. 5.2%, bonds is giving you 5%. So para ka nang nagpa-condominium sa bonds. 5% is already very good. Para ka nang nagpa-condominium yan. Minus the risk. Hindi ko pa sinabi sa inyo yung risk, 'di ba? Baka nasunog yung apartment, etc. Ay yung condominium, or kahit masunog yung katabi na kwarto, yung rate ng kwarto mo babagsak ang presyo, yung mga rates ng mga kwarto, yung mga room sa mga condominium sa property nyo magbabagsakan ang presyo because may nasunog or nag-earthquake, nag-crack yung building, babagsak. Those are the risks that you are facing when it comes to having rentals. Plus, it's not passive income, right? If pag nagpa-Airbnb ka, it's not completely passive income, right? Pag nagpa-Airbnb ka, araw-araw mo palilinisin yan, etc. Mas malaki ang kita yan sa Airbnb daw. Pero mas higher nga ang risk, more time consuming. But that's 5.2%. Wala pa yung risk dyan. Baka hindi kayo bayaran na ilang buwan, etc. Mapalayas, magka-damage pa yung ano nyo. So, ang dami pang risk sa condominium. So, habang wala ka pang condominium, right, nag-ipon ka pa lang ng condominium, or this is an option for you, right? If ayaw mo naman yung hassle na yon, putting your money in bonds and then earning in it from it quarterly, it's just like having a condominium. Less the hassle, right? Less the hassle, less the risk, right? So, this is a very good option for you guys. If ever hirap pa kayo ngayon, or meron na kayong properties for rent, para na rin kayo nagparenta ng condominium sa 5% na yan. Right? Hindi ko lang in-include dito sa computation is the appreciation of the property. Yes, pwede rin pa mas malaki ang kita sa condominiums because of the appreciation of the property, but mas malaki ang risk niya compared naman dito. Because this is very low risk, wala kang gagawin, this is purely passive income, then yung earnings niya is okay naman. So you have to weigh you have to weigh things that way. Okay? So, ilan percentage returns, sir, ng bonds? Right now, we can see sa 25-year na bonds dito sa site ito, 5.3% po annual ang returns. Sir, good day. Ask ko lang po kung same din po ba yan sa green bonds. Is green bonds, I'm not familiar with green bonds. Best to ask the people offering the green bonds. Saan nila nilalagay? Is it into dollar bonds? Bakit green bonds? Hindi ko alam yung ano. Sir, pa-off yung background music. Thank you. Na-off ko na. Right. Yan. So, if not overnight process to build success, it's not overnight process to build success. Good morning, Coach. Yes, definitely. It's not overnight to build success. Especially financial success. Diba? Financial success, hindi po overnight yan. Hindi po isang taon yan. It's how many years of grind to earn money, how many years of saving money, and how many years of investing money. And then you'll just realize na, let's say, for example, ito yung pinaka, ito yung pinaka computation ko for passive income. If ever, you have 15 million already na savings, hindi lang savings, but overall na naipon ninyo. And if you are earning, let's say, 5% times 0.05, sorry, 0.05. So if you have 15 million, and if you're only earning passively 5% from that 15 million, you have 750,000 a month, right? 750 annual. Divided by 12, that is 62,500. So basically, my target is to build 15 million worth of asset that is going to be earning me at least 5% 5% per annum. 5% per annum is already 62,500. For me, that is success right there. 15 million na kumikita sa atin ng passive income. Right? So, it's not gonna be easy to build that 15 million. It will take time to build the 15 million. Pero on your way to the 15 million, kahit na napakalaki pakinggan yan, if you just focus on it, you will be able to reach that. And the way to do that is start from small goals. Let's say, for example, for this year, kakasimulan pa lang, I wanna be able to save 500,000 and then yun po yung patutubuin ko. Right? So you invest the 500,000 and the next year another 500,000, but it's accumulative. So nag-accumulate yan. So from the time you have been starting this, let's say around 15 years, you will be able to build that 15 million worth of assets, growing 5% annually. This 62,500 per month is already financial freedom for me. I don't know about you guys, pero iba-iba tayo. But for me, sobrang laki na niyan compared sa monthly expenses ko. So as much as possible, kahit malaki yung kita nyo, maliit pa rin ang expenses nyo. So mabubuhay na ako sa 30,000 a month dito sa Cebu. Right? So the other 32,000, yun yung pang enjoy ko, pang libre ko sa mga apo ko by that time, di ba? So it will take time to build success. Hindi po instant yan. So, around 10 to 15 years worth of grind. And by the time you're 50, 55, 60, financial freedom should be there. Right? Elaine Pagtalunan. Right? Good morning, Sir Lloyd. How about the bonds sa call? Yun sa mutual funds folder, iba po ba yan? Yung funds na yan, they transformed it into bonds. Right? Ang problema lang dyan is they are invested, usually yung mutual funds na invested dyan is invested into stock market. So, there are tendencies for it to fluctuate that much. That's why, mas prefer ko po ang bonds, ang government, treasury bonds. Right? Kasi mas constant there. Mutual funds, yung mga ITF sa call is dependent on mas malaki yung kita niya, pero right now there are negatives. Malaki rin ang bagsak. So those kinds of funds are higher risks. Mas higher risk po doon, kaya depends on your financial purpose. What is this money for? Always ask yourself that before you put your money on what kind of bonds you want to put it in. I strongly recommend government bonds if ever yung purpose ninyo is for safekeeping the money na low risk. If importante itong pera na ito, huwag nyo po ilalagay dun sa mga UITFs nila call. Kasi yes, mas higher returns doon, possible higher returns, but the risks are higher also. So if it's important money, put it in lower risk na investments, which is government bonds, which I strongly recommend. And andyan po, mas maganda ilagay doon. It's just depending on the purpose of your money. J-Fly, good morning sir. Saan ba makabili ng benta ng discounted bonds? Same banks din ba kung saan kukuha ng original issue? Yes. So kung saan kayo kukuha ng bonds, they will, you can ask if there are people who are selling their bonds right now. And then, yes, kasi merong in charge dyan. Para rin silang broker at the same time. So, sir, meron nagbebenta ng bond dito. Ganito, ganyan. Here's the rate, etc. This is worth ganito. So, pag nag-mature ito, makukuha mo, let's say, 100,000. Makukuha mo yung 100,000, sir. Mas short term na lang ito kasi na-used up na yung ilang years, di ba? And then, mas mura to ngayon kasi where's that chart? Yung bond yields natin, right? So if you can see here atong chart na ito, so you will be able to see the interest rates of the bonds in the Philippines is pataas po ng pataas. Okay? Right, so pataas ng pataas yung bonds natin ngayon. So meaning yung mga bumili ng bonds noon, if bibilin mo yung bonds nila, mas mura. Right? Mas mura. For example, that's 100,000 pero mas malaki interest rates. Kung binili nila yan noon ng 100,000, maybe mabibili mo na lang ng 90,000 yung 100,000 worth of bonds noon. But of course, mas maliit yung interest rates kumpara sa bibilhin mo na direct. Right? So, if you want lower na years na bonds, you can buy from other people. But if you want a fresh bond na maganda ang interest rate, then you have the option to buy the new bonds na offer, right? So it's up to you, right? Just go to the banks; they will have bonds na offer. It's either the fresh bonds or yung mga binibenta ng iba. Okay? Let me go to the comments. Right. Thank you, Sir Lloyd. How about MP2 of Pag-ibig? Is it okay to invest now or wait for the economy na maging stable po? MP2 right now, it's gonna be much slower compared to the past few years. Pero ang gusto ko kay MP2 is 5 years lang kasi yung MP2 lock period eh. Right? 5 years lock period is the good thing about MP2 program. So, the past 3 years, we were playing about around 7% to 8% annual, which is very good. Right? I will still recommend MP2 over bonds for short term. If gusto niyo po na short term, yan. Again, it boils down to your financial purpose. Right? If you need it short term, let's say for example, yung itong pera ito, plano ko 10 years from now, makabili na ako ng bahay ko. Okay? And gusto ko cash. Right? Mas maganda magbumili ng bahay ng cash. Kung may bahay ka ngayon, you don't need a new house. Let's say 10 years from now mo ba plano magbili ng bago na bahay na mas maganda, 'di ba? So, if it's 10 years from now, or let's say for example, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years from now, MP2 program is a much more viable option for you to invest in. Okay? So, with the economy right now, we might be seeing MP2 program to be at around 4 to 5% yung returns niya, but nonetheless, it's still very good kasi yung mga tao magbabayad naman. There is that's a very good question talaga, right? It's still risky right now with MP2 because we don't really know what will happen with the country with coronavirus. So that's a good answer. How about MP2? Is it okay na mag-invest now or wait for the economy na maging stable po? Hindi ka naman magne-negative sa MP2 program. That's for sure because MP2 will Pag-ibig is still earning and people will still pay Pag-ibig, especially yung mga nagtatrabaho pa rin. So, hindi ka magne-negative sa MP2. It might just be na mas lower yung gains niya for this month. But nonetheless, pag nag-recover ang economy, mag-invest ka pa rin sa MP2. So, kaysa matulog yung pera mo, right? Kasi pag ninagay mo sa bonds yan, hindi mo basta-basta makukuha yan. 'Di ba? So, might as well just place it on MP2. Sir, deposit sa CIMB po, 4.1% yearly. Right? That's already a very good return. Yearly for 4.1%. So, this is an example of that. Right? So, this is from Security Bank. Ang ino-offer nila ngayon is 4.3% yung interest rate niya. Ang kagandahan nito, minimum investment is 5,000, right? 5,000 lang. This is from Security Bank. Tingnan ko nga if meron ditong maturity date. So, maturity date nila is February 2023. So, 2020 tayo, so around 3 years pa. So, 4%, 4.3% per annum. So, that's already very good. Meron ino-offer si BPO. Ito is, let's just cite yours for example. CIMB is 4.1% yearly. That's already very good. Yearly po. And then, just make sure magkano po yung lock-in period nila. How long is their lock-in period? If it's just yearly, then that's already a very good return for your money. Okay? From Niche Marius Asilo, right? If ever meron kayong 1 million, that's a good option. CIMB is a good option. Or kung 4.1% yearly, I will strongly recommend go for instead. Go for Pro Millionaire, right? Sa Pro nyo po ilagay. Meron kaming product na it's called Pro Millionaire. 4% per annum po on the fund value. So 1 million 4% po annual ang returns niyan, and then ini-invest pa yan sa fund. So yung fund value mo lumalaki pa depending on the investment. So an average of 4 to 6% yung growth niya, plus the 4% annual na kinikita mo. So that's a better one, and then at the same time you're insured. Elaine Pagtalunan, thank you Sir Lord, you're welcome. Niche Marius Asilo, monthly payout po nila, right? So that depends. Is it depende po yan, monthly, quarterly, it's still the same amount. So that's good. Vince Chi, good morning sir. How to get started when investing with MP2 program po? So all you need to do is go to Pag-ibig office, right? And then meron po silang clerk dyan, which is for MP2 talaga. So you just ask the guard, sir, may kuha po ako ng queue for MP2 program. And then they're gonna give you the number and what clerk to go to. And then after that, may forms lang kayo. If you fill up, meron din, you can fill the forms up online. Para pagdating nyo doon, automatic na submit nyo na lang. So, ang first time payment kailangan sa office, and then onwards, pwede ng online payments. Right? So, just go to Pag-ibig offices. If ever OFW kayo, punta kayo sa embassy, meron po dyan. Niche Marius Asilo, wala pong lock-in period, no minimum po, and monthly payout po. That's very good. So, CIMB, check it. Please check it out, right? CIMB. I cannot comment about it because I haven't researched about CIMB yet, but that's very good. 4.1% yearly, then walang lock-in period, no minimum deposit, and monthly payout. That's actually very good. Okay. Ang purpose ko nito is I want you guys to really appreciate 4% per annum na passive income, 5% per annum passive income is already very, 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 very good. Okay? Yan po. CIMB, hindi siya ganong kilala. I'm not sure sino sila. Yun lang. The risk is there. That's why they're offering higher returns na very short term is because pang kontra po nila yan sa mga well-known institutes, right? For example, sila Security Bank, 3 years sa kanila, 4.3 per annum, 'di ba? Pero yun nga, 3 years. So they're offering yung option na walang lock-in period para to entice you to invest in them instead of going to security banks. Ito yung example ko kanina, di ba? So, the risk there is you're investing with someone na wala pang track record, or correct me if I'm wrong, kasi hindi ko kilala kasi si CMB. So, compared to SecB, right, I'm much more secured here. So, I would go for this. So, for CIMB to attract investors, yan yung offers nila. Monthly ang payout, and then there's no lock-in period. And then, yan. So, you just weigh your options. Higher risk, mas maganda yung CIMB, but higher risk because of the track record. Correct me if I'm wrong, if maganda talaga sila. And then, compared here, sa example lang naman ito for SecB, same offering, mas longer term lang, but SecB, I know, is a very good bank, very secured. So, you just weigh your options according to the risk you're willing to take. Marims, nag-apply na po ako MP2 via online po, then ma-activate siya, nahulugan na po. Alright, that's very good. So, congrats, Marims. Bili parehas, tax-free po ba ang bonds? No po, hindi po tax-free ang bonds. It depends on the government. Right now, ngayon, very hot ang bonds sa US because nag-tax-free sila. So, interest rates for bonds right now is 0%. So, ang ganda niyan kasi, malinis. For example, ang na-offer is 5%. Malinis po na 5% ang kikitain nyo sa US bonds right now. That is how Feds are feeding their economy. Kahit na may coronavirus ngayon, they're afloat because they can borrow money na walang interest para sa mga tao. So, people wanna buy bonds because walang interest rates yung kita nila. Here in the Philippines, meron po tayong tax for earnings sa bonds. Niche, Marius, Asilo, okay po sir, noted po. Salamat po. You're welcome. Right, so those are the basic things that you need to understand kay bonds. It's not complicated. Bonds is not complicated at all. Yun lang. The only complication is if you need to sell your bonds. Right? Sa liquidation lang nagkakaproblema. Kasi pag binenta mo yan, yung bonds mo, it is subject for the current interest rate. Depending on the current interest rate, pwedeng magmahal ang bonds mo, mabenta kahit na 100,000 bili mo, pwede mo mabenta na 120,000 kung mas maganda yung rates mo. But if rates are small, if rates are better right now compared to when you bought it, for example, last year, yung rates 4% lang, binili mo. The current rate right now is 5%. So, meaning, yung 100,000 mo, to match with the current rate para ibebenta mo ng mas mura. Okay? So, yung 100,000, pwede mo ibenta na lang ng 90,000. So, nalugi ka ng 10,000 kung kailangan mo ibenta. That's the only complication in bonds, really. But if you're looking for it for long term, let's say 10 years na bonds ang kunin mo, kung hindi mo na may ibebenta, you are gonna be consistently earning kung magkano yung promise nila. Yung promise ngayon is 5%. So, you're gonna be consistently earning the 5%. Right? So, you don't need to worry about that. And then, the risk also is the establishment that you are getting the bonds. Napaka-low risk po ng what do you call this? Ng government bonds. So, I strongly recommend you opt for government bonds instead. Alright, so, yan. That's it for our topic for today. Yeah, it's gonna be Saturday. Dito sa Cebu, magla-lockdown na po kami. So, I'm gonna be more online the next coming days. Yung ilong ko. Hindi ako mahinga. Anyways, yan po. Next coming days, magkaka-lockdown na. Expect for the lockdowns, the quarantines to be stricter the next coming days kasi numbers of cases are increasing. So, please po, wag po kayong mag-overspend. Tipid-tipid muna tayo ngayon. Again, lagi kong sasabihin sa inyo, if you want to be successful financially, dapat marunong kayo magtiis. Hindi lang magtiis ng hirap o magtiis magtrabaho. But if may pera na kayo, magtiis pa rin kayo. Yan po ang yung pinakaunang key talaga. If magkapera na kayo, hindi porket may pera kayo, tatanggalin nyo kaagad yung tiis. Right? Kung mainit man sa kwarto mo, nag-electric fan ka lang, kung may pera ka na, tiisin mo muna init, huwag ka muna mag-aircon. Right? So, if ever, nung wala ka pang pera, naglalaba ka sa sarili mo, ikaw lang lalaba ng mga damit mo, ngayon na may pera ka na, tiisin mo pa rin. Ikaw pa rin maglaba para matipid mo ang pera, ma-save mo, and then pag na-save mo yan, you can invest it, and then you can start from there. That is how financial success starts. Tiis. Right now, kailangan natin magtiis because of the coronavirus, of the COVID. as much as possible magtiis po kayo kasi these times are uncertain. Para at least man lang kung matapos man ito, hindi gaanong magalaw yung savings ninyo and you can continue with your life. Hindi yung pagkatapos nito, zero ulit kayo at kailangan nyo mag-start to zero. So, be ahead of everyone. And how can you be ahead of everyone? Magtiis po kayo. Right? So, tipid-tipid muna tayo. That's it for today. I'll see you next week. Ingat po kayong lahat. And as always, let's get rich together. Bye everyone. Nitch Marius, thank you po sa service nyo, sir. Stay safe and your family. You're welcome po. O nga pala, speaking of service, guys, please, if you have any, if you need financial advices, investment advices, or business advices, you can send me a message in Financial Freedom 101. Please subscribe to the channel and share the video. And as always, let's get rich together. Bye, everyone.